Hi everyone, welcome back to a new Roblox story. This time we found the story on Reddit. The story is about the Roblox game 99 Nights in the Forest. As always, not all of our stories are based on true events, but some are. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. If you dare. Okay, so this happened last night, and I still can't explain it. I've been grinding through 99 Nights in the Forest for about 2 months now, religiously playing with my usual 4-person team every evening. After 47 nights of survival, I thought I had mastered every mechanic in this game. I knew the deer's patrol patterns, understood the campfire fuel ratios, had memorized every cultist raid timing. I was wrong. Dead wrong. We'd made it further than ever before. Night 47 was no joke. By this point in the cycle, the difficulty scaling had ramped up significantly. Alpha wolves with their glowing red eyes had been prowling our perimeter since day 15, and the cultist raids every 3 nights were getting more brutal. Our Tier 3 workshop was fully upgraded, our campfire burning bright with premium biofuel we'd crafted from the research facility remnants near the crashed plane site. The protective light radius stretched a comfortable 40 meters in every direction, keeping us safe from the deer's nightly stalking. My teammates, Jake, Marcus, and Elena, were scattered around our fortified base. Jake was tending the lightning rod we'd installed after that hellish storm on night 44 nearly destroyed everything. Marcus was crafting iron arrows at the workbench, preparing for the next cultist wave. Elena was cooking bear meat over our secondary fire pit, keeping our health topped off for the challenges ahead. Everything was routine, systematic, safe. Then 2 a.m. hit. The familiar sound echoed across the forest. That bone-chilling audio cue that meant the deer had spawned for its nightly hunt. Usually, we'd spot the creature's grotesque silhouette stalking just beyond our campfire's light, those cartoonishly bulging eyes gleaming in the darkness. Its 7-foot frame hunched forward on deer legs that had no business supporting a humanoid torso. The black antlers would catch the firelight, and those abnormally large claws would scrape against tree bark as it circled our perimeter, looking for any player foolish enough to venture into the shadows. But tonight was different. Tonight, the deer walked straight into our light. I watched in horror as the Wendigo-like creature approached our campfire, completely ignoring the bright flames that should have stunned it instantly. Its outstretched jaw hung open, revealing rows of yellowed teeth, and that brown fur covering its body seemed to absorb the light rather than reflect it. The black material seeping from its hands to forearms appeared to pulse in the firelight. "Guys," I whispered into voice chat, "the deer just walked into our campfire light. That's not supposed to happen." "What are you talking about?" Jake replied. "I don't see anything. The perimeter's clear, but the deer was right there, not 15 feet from where I stood. It stopped directly in front of me and didn't move. For 10 full minutes, it just stared with those bulging eyes, its head tilted at an unnatural angle. I couldn't move. The game's fear mechanic should have been causing visual distortions by now, but instead everything was crystal clear, hyper-focused on this impossible encounter. That's when my chat exploded. Messages flooded the screen faster than I could read them, but these weren't coming from my teammates. The username showed as the Deer Entity, which wasn't even a valid Roblox format. More disturbing were the messages themselves. "Hello, Sarah Mitchell." "Sarah, why are you hiding from me?" "I know where you live, Sarah Mitchell. The light won't protect you anymore." My real name. My actual legal first and last name that existed nowhere in my Roblox profile, nowhere in my gaming accounts, nowhere online that could be data mined or hacked. I'd been careful about digital privacy since I was a kid. Yet somehow, this thing knew exactly who I was. "Are you guys seeing these chat messages?" I asked, my voice shaking. "What messages?" Eleanor responded. "Chat's been quiet for the last 20 minutes. I frantically started screenshotting the conversation, capturing message after message as the deer continued its impossible dialogue. But when I tabbed out to Discord to show my friends, every screenshot displayed only normal game chat. Resource updates, crafting notifications, the usual gameplay spam. The supernatural messages had vanished from the images completely. Sarah Mitchell, another message appeared. Look behind you. I spun my character around, but our base was exactly as we'd left it. Lightning rod humming, workshop active, teammates going about their nightly routines. Yet I couldn't shake the feeling that something fundamental had changed. The game's atmospheric audio seemed muffled, distant, as if I was experiencing everything through thick glass. That's when I heard it. Scratching. Not from my headphones or speakers. From my bedroom window. I lived alone in a second-floor apartment. Nothing should be scratching at my window at 2:30 a.m. I muted my mic and slowly turned toward the sound. The scratching was rhythmic, deliberate, like claws dragging against glass in a pattern. Long scratch, short scratch, long scratch. The same pattern the deer's claws made in-game when it scraped against trees. This is impossible, I whispered to myself. But the scratching continued. More chat messages flooded the screen. Do you hear me now, Sarah? The game is just the beginning. 99 nights in the forest, 99 nights in your world. Look outside, Sarah Mitchell. I grabbed my phone's flashlight and crept toward the window, heart hammering against my ribcage. The scratching grew louder as I approached, more insistent. I pressed my face against the glass and shined the light down at the street below. Nothing. Empty sidewalk, parked cars, streetlights casting their usual pools of yellow illumination. But the scratching hadn't stopped. It was coming from right where I stood, from the glass inches from my face. I aimed the light at the window itself and gasped. Fresh scratch marks scored the exterior surface of the glass. Long, parallel gouges that definitely hadn't been there yesterday. The marks were too high for any ground-based animal to have made, and too deliberate to be random damage. They formed a pattern I recognized from the game, the territorial markings the deer left on trees throughout the forest. I stumbled backward, dropping my phone. On my monitor, new messages waited. Found you. The boundary is broken. 99. Nights begins now, Sarah Mitchell. I slammed Alt plus F4 and killed the game instantly. The moment 99 nights closed, the scratching stopped. Absolute silence. No gradual fade, no final scrape, just immediate, total quiet that somehow felt more threatening than the noise had been. I didn't sleep that night. I sat in my living room with every light on, jumping at every creak and settling sound in the building. When morning came, I checked the window again, hoping daylight would reveal the scratches as imagination or reflection tricks. They were still there. If anything, they looked deeper in the harsh morning light. I haven't launched the game since. It's been 3 days, and my teammates keep messaging me, asking why I suddenly went offline, wondering if we're still going to attempt the final push to Night 99. I don't know how to explain that something crawled out of their favorite horror game and found my address. But here's the thing that's really messing with my head. I did some digging and found out my little sister borrowed my computer last week when hers was in for repair. She'd been playing some random mobile games and apparently gave one of them permission to access my Facebook account for social features. That could explain how something got my real name. Data harvesting from social media is common enough. Still doesn't explain the scratching. Still doesn't explain the marks on my window. And it sure as hell doesn't explain why, every night at exactly 2 a.m., I hear that familiar audio cue from the game echoing through my apartment walls. The sound that means the deer has spawned for its nightly hunt. Has anyone else experienced something like this? Because I'm starting to think that 99 Nights in the Forest isn't just a survival horror game. I think it's a doorway. And something on the other side knows my name. The worst part? Tonight marks 3 nights since I quit playing. In the game, cultist raids happen every 3 to 4 nights. I think something's coming.